Hey, hi, welcome back. In the last video, I went round and round and round, just setting the stage for this cavitySwirl file. Um, uh, yeah, so that's what I did. Pardon if it takes too long, but okay. In this video, I want to start editing this cavitySwirl file. So I just staged some changes into the commit folder. Yeah, git status. Yeah, I'm ahead of the main branch by one commit. All right, so now cavity. I want to do this all run, and we can see all run. I added a case directory called cavitySwirl. Okay, so what do I want to do with cavitySwirl now? Let me all clean first. Let's go to all run. Okay, so first thing first, I just use this form clone case to copy over my directory into swirl. So this one is I'm making a new case. So now I want to edit the case, right? So what exactly do I want to edit here? So let's do all run. Let's see what we need to edit in cavitySwirl. So foam dictionary, cavitySwirl. Okay, I need to look at system block mesh dict. Okay, so remember the thing we actually want to change is this fixed walls, right? Fixed walls. All right, so let's see. Cat cavitySwirl system block mesh dict. Okay, remember we wanted to actually get this face out. And we want to call this maybe like what, moving wall 2 or maybe top wall, bottom wall. I'm not really sure, but yeah. All right, so we want to change this boundary on top from moving wall to top wall. Okay, we want to rename it as top wall. So how can we do it? Okay, foam dictionary. Okay, let's try things out. Okay, so cavitySwirl and system. Let's go to block mesh dict. Okay, let's go for the entry moving wall. Okay, well, it's not the we go boundary dot moving wall, sorry. Boundary dot moving wall. Okay. So okay, it looks like the boundary file itself yeah, has a lot of entries here, and you can see that it's bounded by brackets. Okay, bounded by brackets, and closed by yeah. We have moving wall, fixed walls, and everything like that. Okay, I'm not able to access the moving wall thing here, just like that, because yeah, it's bounded by these brackets. Okay, okay, what am I trying to say here? Okay, I'm accessing this block mesh dict. I'm looking for the boundary entry. Okay, the boundary entry is here. Okay, and I want to access one of these, let's say this moving wall entry within the boundary entry. So normally what I do is to type boundary dot moving wall. Okay, boundary dot moving wall. Okay, and then you type value or something like that. But it doesn't seem like the way we are normally used to working with foam dictionary. It works well here. Okay, cavitySwirl system block mesh dict. Okay, and entry boundary. Okay, in fact, yeah, the whole boundary is being given here. Okay, so if we type the value statement, I believe only this side will show up. Okay, you see this value is actually a long string of brackets, quotes, and everything. So unfortunately, it looks like we'll have to change all of these bits of code, like, you know, one at a time. Okay, we have to kind of copy it ad verbatim. Okay, means you have to copy all of this, and then we kind of edit it. And this is a very cheat way of doing it. I don't like it. It's a bit messy, but okay, let me show you what I mean in a bit. It's not the neatest way, but if it works, it works, all right? So I'm going to copy all of this. I'm going to go into my all run folder. Okay, and let's make a new function. Okay, here are my functions. Copying case. Next thing is to edit the block mesh. All right. Okay, set block. I'll call this function set block mesh. Now put two brackets here. Now, of course, paste the whole value here. Now pound sign it just to comment it. So this is, remember, this is the original entry we have, but we want to change this moving wall here. Okay, we want to change it into okay, what do we want to change it into? We want to change it into let's see, let's call this top wall. Okay, let's just change one entry at a time. Okay, so we'll call it top wall. So let me do this. Foam dictionary. Okay, so what case do we want to set? We want to set the cavitySwirl case. So we will type cavitySwirl, okay, which is the first argument. Okay, we want the first argument. Set block mesh. Okay, the first argument will be called cavitySwirl. The second argument is it'll be system and then block mesh tick. Okay, so what do we want? We want the boundary. Entry, the entry is boundary. Remember, just now entry is boundary. Okay, so okay, entry is boundary. We want to set the value as something. So normally I need two inverted commas or brackets. Then I'll just paste everything here. So all of these text will be put here. So instead of moving wall, let's set top wall. Top wall. Okay, let's see whether this works. Of course, we'll need to actually call the function to run it. All right, let's call the function and let's set it. Set block mesh cavitySwirl, and that should run the function. Okay. Okay, so we can just do all clean, just to remove, and then we do all run. Okay, now we have this boundary is set as top wall, blah 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 blah. Okay, so let's just check what this looks like. cavitySwirl system block mesh tick. Okay, now of course we don't have the nice indentations that we had the last time. But at least, you know, the patch here is changed into top wall. Okay, the patch here is changed into top wall. Okay, the type, of course, here is wall. Okay, the faces are as follows. Okay, so if everything's fine, we should be able to run block mesh there. So let's go to cavitySwirl. Sorry, cd cavitySwirl. And we run block mesh. Okay, so we see that the patch here is now called top wall. Okay, we changed the patch name to top wall. All right, so again, it's not the neatest way of doing things, but it's a way that, you know, works. It's a bit messy, of course. Okay, now that says a top wall. Okay, well and good. Now I want to change the bottom wall. Okay, remember the patch, the thing we want to change is this 1540, right? 1540. Okay, so let's do 1540. Okay, this is a very, very long line of code. Okay. Okay, so now let's yeah, now you see this kind of thing is pretty messy. So if you want to start editing things one at a time, it's very hard to see all the syntax. So how do we work around that? Okay. Well, we can actually use this EOF thing. If you take a look at the sets over here, the set commands over here, they use this this forward slash and this forward slash or this backslash. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this back. Let's see. Yeah. So everything here now is on one line, but I want to change it into something that can run across a single command that runs across multiple lines. So well, let's see how we can work around it. Maybe first thing first, I want to change my fixed walls to be here. Okay, I'll put this front and back to be here. Okay. Okay, maybe this is one way of doing it. Again, not the nicest of ways, not the most neat of ways, but let's hope this works. Okay. I'm just going to put a few enter thing over here to make it run across a few lines. A few return or enters just to make it more readable. So let's see whether this running the all run here will work. And then let's run block mesh case cavitySwirl. Let's see whether this works well. All run. Okay, so looks like this still works okay. And if we go to cavitySwirl, let's go to the polymesh and we can cat the boundary. You can see that the top wall, fixed walls, front and back are still there. And if we cat system block mesh dict, okay, everything is still here in a very untidy way and untidy kind of manner, but okay, at least the computer can run it well. So that's all that matters. Okay, now what I want to do, since we ascertain that this works, let's do something a bit different. Let's add a new entry called bottom wall. Okay, so this bottom wall here, I can just type everything I want. So first thing I need to do type is wall faces, and then I'll need two brackets here. Then I'll need a semicolon. Let's do 1540. Okay. And I'll delete this one here. Okay. Then, okay, curly brace. Okay. We check the syntax to make sure it looks exactly like this. So one set of curly braces for the outside, one semicolon after the type wall, faces, okay, two open and close brackets and one semicolon. Okay, faces, two open and close bracket, one semicolon. Everything looks in order. So let's do all clean and all run. So this double end sign actually runs one command after the other. Okay, so it looks like we have some sort of a problem. Okay, it says too many closing brackets, was a semicolon forgotten. Okay, let's vim all run again. Okay, pardon me, it's going to take a while. Okay. So one thing here, one thing here. All right. And let me just put a space over here between the bracket and semicolon just in case that might cause a syntax error. Okay, let's try again. All clean and all run. Okay, looks like things are done pretty well. Okay, so the nice thing about this is that it automates the changing of block mesh and everything. Okay, so you want to change the block mesh entries. This is how you can do it. It's very messy, but okay, it works. So we'll just leave it as this for now. It's just for us to learn about this bash scripting. Okay, so again, this all run file actually just sets the block mesh very nicely. Okay, but next thing you need to do is not just to set the block mesh. Okay, we already set the block mesh. Okay, we have set the block mesh to let's see, cat system polymesh. Oh, okay, sorry, constant polymesh boundary. Okay, so I have a top wall and a bottom wall patch now. Okay, so now next thing I need to do is to change my boundary conditions, because if I run IcoFoam, I will have an error because I cannot find the patch field entry for top wall in the place field P. Okay, so let's use Foam Dictionary to change both the things over here. Okay, both this entry here in the pressure, and of course in the velocity as well. Okay, so how do we do it? Okay, so the thing now I can the thing about having this all run file to automate everything is that anytime let's say I mess up something, dictionary. Okay, let's say I try to edit a boundary condition here, cavitySwirl. Okay, I go to 0 and P, right? So let me have an entry boundary field dot abc and abc. Okay, let's say I have this sort of thing, sort of entry added here and mess up. I can always just wipe out the whole folder and restart from scratch. Okay, that's just a nice thing about having this having things done this way. Okay, all clean and all run. So that brings me back to where I was before. So if I do foam dictionary cavitySwirl 0p, okay, I have everything reset. Okay, so now let's see. First thing first, what I want to do is to get rid of this moving wall, because we don't have a moving wall patch anymore. Okay, so we don't have a moving wall patch anymore. So let's get rid of this moving wall patch. How do we get rid of a moving wall patch? Okay, so foam dictionary, cavity, cavitySwirl. Let's see how much time I've been taking. Okay, let me do a few more. Foam dictionary cavitySwirl 0p. Okay, entry, boundary field. Okay, I want to remove the moving wall entry, so very simple. Boundary field dot moving wall. Okay, and I want to just remove it. Okay, so this is the command to remove the moving wall entry. So let's copy this in, and we'll put it in our all run. Okay, so one is to set block mesh. Okay, next is to set BCs. Okay, this is just a way to set the boundary conditions. We'll just call it part 1. Okay, because yeah, okay, let me chill a bit. I think I might go too fast again. All right, so this is part 1 of the case I want to do. The first part is to move the top lid right at 1 meter per second for 10 seconds. Okay. I'm going to move the top lid right at 1 meter per second for 10 seconds. So let's do this part first, and then we'll think about the second part later. So we'll set the BC's part 1. So I'm going to paste the command here, foam dictionary, cavitySwirl. Okay, I can change this into maybe the first argument, $1. Okay, 0p. Okay, entry boundary field dot moving wall, remove. Okay, I don't want this moving wall entry inside this pressure directory. Okay, what do I want instead? Okay, what do I want instead? cavitySwirl. Let's see. What are the patches? So let's cat constant. What constant? Yeah. Sorry, constant polymesh boundary. I want top wall and bottom wall. Okay, top wall and bottom wall. So let's have an entry top wall and bottom wall. Okay, foam dictionary, cavitySwirl, 0p. Okay, entry boundary field dot top wall at ABC. Okay, so at least now we'll have this top wall ABC thing over here. All right. So let's check the file again. Okay, now at least we have a top wall entry. Okay, so normally, if we just have this ABC here, we will be ending up with this semicolon here. The thing is, we want to have this open and close brackets. See this open and close brackets? Okay, you want to have an entry with this open and close brackets. So if you want to do that, just do the following. Okay, cavitySwirl. Okay, let me remove the top wall entry. Entry boundary field dot top wall, remove, and let's add the open and closed curly brackets. Okay, and let's put it in the open and close inverted commas, and then look at this. Now we have open and close brackets. So we want to check this entry again. We will have is open and close inverted brackets. And now we are ready to add in new entries. So let's add the open and close inverted brackets here. This is how you kind of edit some of the boundary conditions. So first thing first, I want to add my open and close inverted brackets, sorry. Okay. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so let's go to cavitySwirl, cat cavities of foam dictionary, cavitySwirl, 0p. Okay, now we want to add in the type as 0 gradient. So that one's quite straightforward. Okay, we type this. We want to go for the entry boundary field top wall dot type. And we want to add 0 gradient. Okay, so now that's very simple. This command works. So let's just copy and paste this in to our all run. Oopsie, vim all run. Let's paste it here, and we'll just change it to $1. Then we'll have set BC's part 1 cavitySwirl. Okay, so let's all clean and all run. And let's do foam dictionary cavitySwirl. cavitySwirl 0p. Okay, now we have an entry for top wall at 0 gradient. We can do the same thing for the bottom wall. It's quite simple. We add in the 2 brackets, the 2 curly braces, and then we add in this 0 gradient entry. So let's do that. Let's go to all run. And I'm going to do The same for both of this. So instead of top more, we'll have bottom more. So let's do all clean, all run. Okay, so let's do foam dictionary, cavitySwirl, 0p. Now you see, top wall and bottom wall are both now of the type 0 gradient. Mission accomplished. Okay, so now the pressure part is finished. We can deal with the velocity. Okay, and I think I'll just deal with that in the next video because I already hit 25 minutes. So I'll see you in the next video.